Hi, everyone. And I am Chrystal Clifton, the creator of Crystallized Consulting, also the creator of the High Impact Entrepreneur Program and Legacy Brand Academy. And there's something very, very important I want to talk to you about today because there is always a time and a place for business to change and transform. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And it's always easy to blame today's marketplace. It's fast paced. Everything is changing like this. What customers want, what customers will pay, their attention span. But the bottom line is a brand, a business, a legacy business like Macy's. How did it lose its way? What did it do differently that in the beginning that it started doing differently in the end? I want you to understand there is a very clear path and what I teach and how I teach it for my clients to never have to wonder whether or not they're going to stand the test of time. Because the fact is this, every business in today's marketplace should be focusing on a triple bottom line. And I'll explain what that is. But when Macy's shifted, because when it first opened, it did focus on a triple bottom line. When Senior Macy did open, that's what he wanted. But over time, it focused just on profit, which is only one thing. And what happens then is that you lose your way. A business, a brand, an entire legacy, an empire of a business can be taken down like this. All the hard tears, the dedication, the identity, the positioning, everything it had has been shifted and changed. And if you hadn't realized, then take a look in the news about what's been going on. So I thought it would be very powerful and very clear for us as we do our show here. I want it to be relevant for you to know what are the three things you can learn from what happened to Macy's as an entire, household name in America to suddenly closing doors. Okay. So first of all, I hope you guys have had some history of RH Macy and how he began. If you haven't, there's actually great articles on the Macy's website. It all began when RH Macy, who was the son of a shopkeeper, he basically returned to open up his own. It was a very small needle and thread shop, and like any good entrepreneur, it failed. He failed a few times, but every time he failed, and he knows this, that even though there was disappointments, he never gave up. He had modest successes and tons of disappointments, but then he decided to open up a dry goods store and really start working on what it could be to be a unique store. So here is what three things I learned and you should know about Macy's. The three things that I teach, he already was. Macy's was groundbreaking for being influential and innovative. I mean, he was completely, the large part of his success was, it even says this on their website, innovative sales and advertising practices that virtually transformed the retail industry. This is huge, huge, because what he did was unrivaled. It had never been done before. And even though it seems a little odd to us today in today's marketplace, but when he instituted cash only shopping, that was a huge thing in the 1800s. The exact price of goods, meaning that it no longer wavered where it was coming for. He advertised a price, that was the price, and that it was always money back guarantees. And then he always had innovative products that stood out that you couldn't get anywhere else. In the 1800s, we might laugh at it now, but it was tea bags and an Idaho baked potato, colored bath towels. These were unique items because they were very original. So his innovativeness was so far, but this is the great thing. His innovativeness also drew him to make a huge innovative, completely out of the norm choice. He actually decided to hire the first ever female sales and marketing executive. Her name was Margaret Getchell. Now, Margaret Getchell, when she joined the team, she made history by being one of the first female in a role like that. First. Secondly, her sentence is exactly what I teach. And this is what you need to know. The second thing she did is she became so impactful because she focused on the following. Her quote is, be everywhere, do everything, and never forget to astonish the customer. Never forget to astonish the customer means thinking about the customer, not the actual products you're selling. Think about how can you wonder and stay in the wonder of being a customer. What is it that the customer actually wants? How do you truly think like the customer? Now that is how she completely grew the impact. And another way they did that is by the third thing, experiential marketing. They thought about the customer and the experiences. The experience of that customer is how they drove all their sales and marketing. But their marketing was focused on the following. Did you know that Macy's in the 1816 and 1862 had a liquor license? Do you know that they created a way where you could come and have a beer, a pint, and shop? And then in 1864, they were the first ever store to feature Santa Claus during the Christmas season. Revolutionary. Revolutionary for its time because they thought, what could we do that would create awe for our customers, delight our customers? Now, the third thing they did that was completely, and this was after the 1900s, the Christmas, Thanksgiving, or the holiday parade that the Macy's employees actually came together. So R.H. Macy created a complete legacy because he said, I want to make impact. I want to be influential. I want to create income, but income that is more than just about me having money in my pocket. Thinking outside of the box, that's the triple bottom line. The income, the influence, and the impact. And he did it by creating passion, by having purpose, by connecting with people. Do you know how often the brand cultures that I've gone in to help completely skyrocket have simply needed those tweaks? Because what happens over and over again, I get it, as business owners, as entrepreneurs, you need the bottom line, you need the income, you need the wealth creation, but the way that you do it so it's timeless impact, so that it goes beyond just your bottom line, but creates a complete effect for influence and impact. That is what Macy's did, and they lost their way. They stopped considering themselves as being the innovative spirit. I mean, Santa Claus and liquor license was innovative, having these incredible experiences for their customer that they could awe and delight with. So, as saddened as I am, especially being from San Francisco, where we used to go around window shopping, which, by the way, by the illuminated window displays, that was one of the creations of Macy's as well. The idea of the term window shopping came from Macy's. This is an innovative brand that lost its way because as it changed over generations and generations suddenly had to deal with board members and bottom lines and results and ROIs, they stopped creating the awe. They stopped going back to the original quote. The original reason that they existed was be everywhere, do everything, and never forget to astonish the customer. So my hope and my goal for Macy's right now is that as they're closing the doors, they're also opening new ones. I encourage them to pivot to consider their original plan. And they're doing it by opening smaller stores that are focused on impactful brands, meaning these are brands that are going to be focused on socks, shoes, clothes that are not just about the latest trends, but how they're going to make a difference in the world. Impact brands are the future. You must create a brand that goes beyond just your profits. But what is the difference? You need to think about how can you make a difference in the world? Your product solves a problem. And when you make a difference in the world, that's when you can make a real difference in your income and make money. So although Macy's has lost its way, they will be coming back by focusing on impact brands. So if you want to make sure that you do not lose your way, or you just need to know what is a quick transition I need to make from where I am to becoming more impactful, that is something that my team and I would love to do, is just hopping on a high impact call for you. I will be posting in here that link. We do a session just in 30 minutes. We will come up for you. We'll brainstorm with you. What do you need to focus on your sales and marketing to completely awe your customer, to bring delight, to become impactful? This is how we're going to bring a series of loyal customers, create that legacy impact. So let's book a call with us. Let's get it so that you can make sure the impact you're building is one of a legacy, that your income, impact, and influence will be there. So a lot of times businesses can lose their way, but we have worked with enough to know that in just 30 minutes, we can brainstorm with you what it is you need to do to make and increase your impact brand. Even if you already have a brand, that's exactly what we will do is we'll go in and show you what it is you have and how to uniquely transition it to become more impactful so that your brand becomes untouchable and unstoppable. Thank you guys so much. And I'm looking forward to hearing the impact you're going to make, especially when you get on a call with us. The link is below, and we look forward to it.